Today we are getting ready for our Christmas party over at Southgate. We've got several crafts planned, so it's a little bit of fun and a little bit of practice, so I think they'll be ready to go.
I think it was beneficial for both the students at Southgate and for the students at Washington. We had preconceived ideas of how things were going to go and how students were going to interact, and that totally changed along the way.
They were just a little bit lower level. There were some in wheelchairs that couldn't speak, and it was, I think, scary for us. We just weren't expecting that. You know, the first day, the kids just sort of stayed even in the classroom doorway when they met them. And then the next project, they got a little bit easier, and you could see some of the kids talking. And then by our last activity, it was the best. They were all playing with each other and just having such a good time. It was really heartwarming.
I was really nervous at the beginning. I kind of stayed by myself. I didn't really talk to anyone or anything. But towards the second and third meeting, it was like I could go up and talk to most of them. And then at the end, I was playing games, I was holding hands, I was teaching them things, walking them around. It just really opened me up.
I expected the teachers and the students from Washington High School to have a little bit more knowledge of working with the needs of our students. But it was a learning situation all the way along for both of us.
I thought I could go in and I'm a teacher. You know, so I can teach those kids, and I understand special ed, but I had so much to learn myself. And after every event, my students and I would come back and talk about it.
Going into it, I was actually very surprised at how bad it actually was. I wasn't expecting, you know, blind and how many people were in wheelchairs, but it just makes you want to do so many good things for them and make them happy. And, you know, spending time with them actually made me feel like a better person, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
When we first got there, and the first day we had to do a diversity training thing, seeing what all they go through and the challenges they face, that was really surprising because I didn't think it was going to be as hard as it was. It was a little more challenging and difficult than I expected it to be.
Well, one event I was blindfolded, and it was like the hardest thing I have ever had to do. It was like I didn't know where I was, and literally 3 steps felt like I was 3 miles away from where I was. And then also there was one where you could not talk. You had to use a machine to like express what you wanted, and me and my partner could not do it. Like we could not understand what we wanted. That would just be a hard learning experience.
It was scary at first because you didn't know what you were gonna have to like eat or touch or feel without, let's say, seeing or hearing or being able to chew. One of the first things I did was I had to go and eat like crackers that were all mashed up, a melon and stuff like that without using your teeth. And it was hard to chew, and it was hard to be able to swallow, I should say, too, because of that. And that really showed what they have to go through.
I think the range of opportunities and the types of opportunities that you did, like whether we would do bowling or woodworking or whatever it was a nice variety. You could see the students in a number of settings, both casually, like when we had the Christmas program with the bands playing and the kids dancing, to a more structured setting where they're doing activities and art projects together.
My favorite event would have to be Spa and Construction Day. Just seeing all of them interacting with other people in the building besides us. The girls getting their nails painted and playing with the mannequins, and the boys hammering the nails in and playing Jenga. It just makes your heart melt.
I think the last event, which was our gym day, I loved it. It was just, everyone was interacting with each other. I remember one of the students, me and him played volleyball and a bunch of other games just the whole time. It was just fun.
A lot of those kids don't really participate in some of the other activities, and they were in the gym running around and smiling. And I specifically got to play with one girl who really doesn't like do anything at the gym at their school. Yet with me, she was like throwing the ball back and forth with me, and she was smiling and happy.
Overall, it was a great learning experience, and of course there's always things that we could improve on. I think we learned to appreciate the diversity, accept diversity a little bit more, and be a little more sensitive to it.
I feel like our impact was important. It showed to them like how people care and want to help them in any way, shape, or form. And also, they loved seeing us. They wanted us to always play with them, always dance with them, you know, have a good time. And all the planning and parties that we had, they were just in love with it. So all they wanted us to do was just come with them. So I thought it was very important for us to do that.